This is our follow-up video to our 2020 to 2021 Premier League predictions at the start of the season. I put all 20 Premier League clubs in order of where I believed they would finish, and now we're going to take a look to see if I've got some kind of football knowledge or if I'm an absolute donkey. Looking back on the comments section, some of you, I don't know man, you kind of took Premier League predictions a little bit too seriously. Especially West Brom fans, oh my goodness. I've got an inkling that the Baggies fans will not be watching this video. Let's get into the centre of the screen and put them things on. What you're seeing on the left-hand side are my predictions from the start of the season, and what you're seeing on the right-hand side are where the teams actually finished and how far we were away from their actual position, okay? The number represents how good or how bad the guess is. The higher score you got in total, the worse you've done. And, well, I'm dead chuffed. I think I've done a great job here. It was a pretty easy to predict Premier League season. What I'm really delighted about is the consistency of my guesses. I know for a fact Spencer has got a lower score than me. He's done better than me. But the individual scores, my highest is like Sheffield United down at the bottom, 9 places away from where I predicted. All single digits. The ones that I've like calculated so far from other YouTubers, everybody's got double digits somewhere. I feel like this is a great start. I don't know if I'm going to do it next season, but these are some incredibly strong foundations. Shout out to Fox in the Box FM. I did a little calculation. Our predictions were like really close at the start of the season, and we've got the exact same total score by the end of it. That's incredible. So congratulations, Foxy. Very well done. GG, my friend. GG. Let's go through our predictions and see what went right, what went wrong. So top, we had Liverpool to win another Premier League trophy. And I think with Virgil van Dijk in there, they might have run City close. They got better at the end of the season, definitely. Had that wonderful run of games and eventually finished third. Honestly, that's kind of a miracle that they even finished third, which shows you how much of a derailment it was at the start of the season and how important Virgil van Dijk is to them. I think Manchester City have got that in Ruben Diaz as well. Such an important figure. If he was to get injured, it could easily derail their entire season. But he's been an ever-present and he's been part of the Manchester City title-winning side. I'm not really going to go into that too much because it was coming for a long time. Man City were ahead of the pack for ages. What I am intrigued to see is if Manchester City go ahead and purchase Harry Kane. If they go and do that deal, they can't play like they have been playing through this season, most of this season, with that false 9. Chelsea predicted third, like the transfer dealings over the summer left a lot of fans really excited at the prospect of Chelsea catching up the likes of Man City, Liverpool. Absolutely not. So underwhelming. Frank Lampard was sacked. They brought Tuchel in. If they win the Champions League, this season is a resounding success. But we're in a situation that if they lose the Champions League final, they'll look back on this campaign and go, what could have been there? There was so much excitement with very little returns. And then we get to a team with like not really that much excitement, but huge returns. Manchester United, I predicted 4th. They came second. Even looking at that table, see Manchester United above Liverpool, who are obviously champions. Chelsea, who like invested heavily in the summer. Spurs way down, Arsenal way down. It makes me pleased, obviously, as a United fan, but totally shocked. Donny van der Beek has not hit the ground running. Has he been given time? No. Does he fit the system? I don't know. Is that the reason why he's not being given time? Probably. But what they have got there has certainly worked. Bruno has continued those unbelievable stats from when he joined. And the signing of Edinson Cavani, I thought could have been a nightmare. I thought it could have been another Falcao. Turned out to be absolutely inspired, didn't it? Predicted Arsenal to finish 5th. They had a good transfer window, didn't they? They still play like Arsenal. There's obviously some very troublesome, deep-rooted problems at that club. And if I am to do a prediction video for the next season, I'll bear them in mind and definitely not predict Arsenal 5th. I just thought they had a great transfer window. They'd improve on their last position. No, they're not even in Europe next season. Arsenal are in transition. Do they give Arteta the chance to do something like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? I hope that the slander on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer finishes after this season. Maybe the Arsenal board just pulled the plug on that. I hope not. Given time, Arteta can do something there. Wolves, 6th place, absolutely destroyed by injuries. Jimenez, what was it, a fractured skull at the start of the season. That was a huge miss. And they eventually finished, it looks like 13th. Let me just check. Yeah, 13th place for Wolves. Nuno's gone as well for the next season. I don't know if that's a decision made by the board or he wants to move on, maybe to a bigger club. There's teams here that have underperformed, but honestly, in Wolves' case, it's just so unlucky. Finishing down in 13th, below Newcastle United. Do you think Wolves are a worse team than Newcastle United? The league says that they're a worse team than Newcastle United. I don't know, man. Spurs, oh boy. I predicted 7th. I said that there was going to be a collapse. Jose Mourinho, after experiencing it, and Manchester United, I could just tell that that guy was going to finish 7th with Spurs. I mean, Spurs finished 7th. He didn't finish the season with Spurs. Nailed it. And it could be doom and gloom going forward if they lose Harry Kane. Son might go. Then you've got Lloris. It could be a complete collapse. Fair play to Leicester. I predicted them 8th. But boy, them scouts and Brendan Rodgers do a fine job at that club. And they might have missed out on Champions League, but I'm pretty sure every single Leicester City fan would have taken the FA Cup win over Champions League spot. Bit of history for that club. First ever FA Cup, I believe. So congratulations, Leicester City. You got 5th as well, so Europa League next season. That's something to look forward to. The next two I'm dead pleased about. Everton, Leeds, 9th and 10th. Actually, what happened is that Leeds United finished 9th and Everton finished 10th. Get in there. They were two of the first teams that I actually put in my notepad, like, okay, they'll probably finish right in the middle of the table. Everton 9th, Leeds 10th. It was the other way around. So I was going on how Sheffield United came up, shocked the Premier League a little bit. Leeds United's game is so unique that there were going to be a lot of teams in the Premier League shocked at how they played football. And indeed, that was the case, and that's how Leeds United got most of their points through the season. Everton, good signings in the summer, and I think they might be a little bit disappointed to finish like 10th. In fact, really disappointed. They should have been going for European spots. There's still some holes at that club, and it might have been a case of, you know, so many signings ruining a little bit of the cohesion in the team. Calvert-Lewin did very well at the start of the season, then slowed down. Yeah, it's no consistency. There you go. Everton are lacking consistency. Ancelotti, if he remains there for the next season, which I believe he will do, that is what he's going to try and improve. Yeah, there's another club absolutely destroyed by injuries. Poor old Sheffield United. I predicted them 11th. I had a feeling that they wouldn't do as well as the season prior, but with Wilder and how they played football, it would still be incredibly awkward for other Premier League teams, and that's how they would accumulate points. Unfortunately, I believe both Sheffield United centre-backs got injured, very seriously injured at the start of the season, and they had to rely on Phil Jagielka to play centre-back. What, he's 37, 38 now, can hardly run, so don't expect him to be like overlapping on the wings anytime soon. It just unravelled every bit of Sheffield United's plan, and they finished absolutely rock bottom with Chris Wilder removed from that role. Did he walk? I'm gonna have to check this. We probably should have seen it happening a bit sooner than what we did, and our predictions could have been closer if we took in really what happened in the Premier League restart, you know, after all the lockdown situation. Sheffield United did look like a totally different club, didn't they? A team that were getting beat quite comprehensively week in, week out. It just kept on going through this season, and yeah, they'll be spending next season in the Championship. I hope they recover. Obviously, I do live in Sheffield myself, and you don't want to see the city's teams struggling. I mean, Sheffield United and Wednesday both relegated this season. I hope they can find a manager as effective as Chris Wilder, but that is one hell of a task. We get to the group of teams that I thought would struggle a little bit, but definitely not get relegated, starting with Southampton in 12th. Some of their players I don't think are good enough, but the talents of the individuals should have seen them safely over the line. It did happen. They didn't finish as high as 12th, 15th place. Danny Ings, not as good of a return compared to last season, but I think I'm gonna have to check this. James Ward-Prowse had a terrific season scoring free kicks. Oh yes, and their boss Ralph Hasenhüttl. I said that right? Yeah, he's not bad, is he? I mean, it's a shame that they had that much of a heavy defeat at Old Trafford, because it did bring back some demons. I'm sure Southampton fans would absolutely take another season of building into the Premier League. I mean, every single season that you're in the Premier League, you're going to get more finances and your club will be stronger for it in the long run. So, yeah, good on Southampton. Burnley predicted 13th, actually finishing 17th, but it didn't feel at any point like they were in trouble of relegation. Sean Dyche, really calm, collected. He knows what he's doing. Burnley through and through, and I think he'll just take this season with a pinch of salt and just concentrate, prepare, and look forward to better times, hopefully, in the upcoming campaign. 14th place, West Ham. This is good. West Ham fans in the comments section, really sound folks. Way better than Spurs. There was a Spurs lad that was like, you're underestimating Spurs completely. I nailed it on, mate. I nailed it on. They actually thought I was being quite generous by positioning them 14th. Oh, we're all wrong. I mean, everybody was wrong on this. No one would expect West Ham to finish 6th. Congratulations, enjoy Europa League football next season. You finished above Spurs. You finished above Arsenal. You finished above Everton. That's wicked. You finished above Wolves. One of my favourite players outside my own club, Declan Rice, kicked on in a big way, alongside Souček, who was unbelievable. Yeah, West Ham, what a story. No one would have predicted it. 6th, David Moyes. That's a redemption. And I'm kind of pleased for him, because he was a way better manager than what people were making him out to be. Next one, Brighton in 15th place. They finished 16th place. Graham Potter is a great coach, and there's quite a possibility that maybe Spurs, maybe Wolves, they'll be sniffing around. They could potentially hire the man. I don't really want him to go away from Brighton, because it's a nice platform for him. There's not that many expectations at Brighton. I predicted in 16th Crystal Palace. Roy Hodgson. I could wax lyrical about Roy Hodgson. I know he's had his critics, especially when he was managing England. And quite rightly, there were some glaring mistakes. Honestly, it really wasn't a strong England side, was it? If you compare it to what we've had mid-2000s and right now, it is a world apart. That was a poor England side. It should not have been losing to Iceland, but not all of the blame can fall at the feet of Roy Hodgson. And if you look at all his career, not just that of England, maybe overlooking Liverpool as well, he's actually been a wonderful, wonderful coach, especially, in my eyes, some of the best memories, Fulham getting into the Europa League final. I'm pretty sure that was Roy Hodgson doing that. Especially 2 years back, they just narrowly avoided relegation in one of the greatest comebacks the Premier League's ever witnessed. A much respected manager, and it should be respected. And I'm glad that he's had a good send-off, managing his boyhood team, I believe. Even though they've not pulled up trees, Crystal Palace have been safe and overperforming. They keep on overperforming. 14th for Crystal Palace, to say what kind of players they've got there. They just somehow manage to pull it out the bag every single season. 17th place, we've got Fulham. We'll bring in 18th place Newcastle as well. The prediction that Newcastle was going to get relegated, because it did look for a long time during this season that Fulham-Newcastle would be the relegation scrap all the way to the end of the season. However, Newcastle just turned it on at the end. Most of the season they weren't that good, but when it kind of mattered, when they needed to get away from danger, yeah, they did it. I thought Fulham would have that edge because of the mentality. They didn't prove anything there. I'm sorry. Newcastle looked like the ones with the strong mentalities at the end. Yeah, Aston Villa predicted 19th. Fantastic season. This right here is the one that I totally got wrong. Aston Villa fans, you have every right to say that I got this wrong and I should have thought better of your club. I didn't really rate your players apart from Jack Grealish. But Konsa, I mean, he is one hell of a defender. Still got questions with Douglas Luiz. Not a big fan of his, but it just kind of worked. And the 7-2 against Liverpool, my goodness, that is a statement for the ages. That is the one that I got wrong. Out of all this, that is the one that I absolutely got wrong. I wouldn't even compare it to West Ham because West Ham fans thought I was being generous. 14th. But there were some Aston Villa fans in the comment section of my prediction saying, I think you're just underestimating Aston Villa. I absolutely were. Them finishing, 11th? Let me just check. Yeah, that's a good season in itself, but sometimes you're looking at Aston Villa right at the top of the league. That's stunning. Stunning behaviour. Shall we do the bottom team? West Brom. Oh, I've got things to say about West Brom fans. Oh, West Brom fans absolutely carved into me after that video. They were saying, how could you have put West Brom at the bottom? They play a similar style to what Sheffield United did the season prior. They're going to do really well. This, that, and the other. You don't know nothing about football. I predicted them 20th. They finished 19th. Even Big Sam couldn't survive with West Brom. The one thing that I really want you to take from this video is, like, don't get mad at these prediction videos, guys. Come on. There's so much anger on the internet, and I'm kind of wanting my space on the internet, this YouTube channel, to be an escape from all of that. There's just no need to act very aggressively if a person predicts your team to not really do as well as you'd hoped. Really, I'm just talking to a brick wall here because it's not like West Brom fans are going to watch this video after the season that they've had, unfortunately. Let's make sure that this is still a nice place to be, a positive place to be. We've got a new Twitter account because my old one got suspended through copyright infringement. Please go and follow it at Curtis Mahoney. It'll be in the description. Try and get up to 1,000, maybe 1,000 plus followers by the end of the week, fingers crossed. And as I published it onto like the community feed onto YouTube, someone decided, taking their time to comment, you should have been suspended from Twitter because you're chubby. What has weight got to do with suspensions on Twitter? Bro, come on. That is just childish. I think I did well first season predicting this. We'll probably see a follow-up for the next season. I'll do even more research. I did quite a lot of research, and you can see through the scores and how close we were. I'm so happy that I didn't have any double figures. And shout out to Spencer, who got the top 4 absolutely spot on. I got the top 4 right, but not in the correct order. I kind of wanted to do more of a comparison to other content creators, but it would feel like I am like stealing content from those guys, so I'll let them do their own videos on their reactions to their own predictions. It shows that I do know a little bit. That's the main thing. I do know a little bit about football. I can hold up to this. There's going to be so much intrigue, loads of plot twists through this summer. I don't think, even with Premier League like not playing any games, there's still going to be a lot of Premier League action and drama due to the transfers and the manager moves. God, it's going to be good. Right, I can't wait for next season already. This has been Cutsy. Thank you ever so much for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it, then please give it a like. If you're not subscribed around here yet, then press the red box down below and the bell icon for mobile notifications. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.